I've also recommended you as well. I've seen that already.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and am I too animated?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I scared you.
Yeah, you did.
What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. What are you looking for?
Something that my phone can lean on besides my water because I want to drink some of my water.
Try this.
Wait, no. If you don't, Kevin, no, I don't need this big fucking.
Well, it's strong enough. It's sturdy enough to hold it.
No, it's not.
Get that speaker right there.
What speaker? Oh.
Just make sure the cord is not attached to nothing.
You want me to get all this shit that I don't need?
Well, it's sturdy enough to hold it.
I'm sturdy enough to hold it.
Yeah.
What do you use this for?
That's aromatherapy. Read that.
Yeah, but what do you use?
To wash with it. What else am I doing with that? That is soap. I've never. You know what? I'm not getting into that today.
I have. Because I ain't never smelled that on you.
It's a sleep thing.
Okay. And it also has a scent to it, doesn't it?
Okay, but clearly I haven't used it.
No, you've used it.
I've used it, but you don't. I use it at night. So anyway.
I figured you used it at night.
It's called sleep aromatherapy.
Oh, you taking showers at night?
Oh my God. We're going to get into this video. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Had a nice relaxing weekend, but it's freaking cold out here in the streets of Philadelphia. So, you know, check on your neighbors. If you have elderly neighbors, check up on them. Make sure that that heat is working. I don't know what you can do if the heat is not working. Because I mean,
my car, this heat, I can't wait to put my car in the shop.
You don't want
to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, I need to.
You don't want to be like Miss. You haven't seen Miss Sally in a couple of days and she in her house frozen.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd rather her be frozen than decomposing.
Okay, but still, it's too cold. Check on her.
Because that's a horrible smell and a horrible sight, a decomposing body.
Yeah. So my mom's husband's sister called my phone and said,
what did she call your phone for?
Because she said, you know, you call the house, ain't nobody picking it up. So she said,
well, why did she got your number?
Turn the pipes, turn the faucet on, let it run so the pipes don't freeze and bust. Something I never heard of, but you know.
Wait a minute. And you're 34 years on this earth. You've never heard of
I've heard of pipes busted, but not let the water run.
You're not. But you don't let it run.
Yeah,
you just let it drip.
Yeah.
But can I ask you a question? Why is she calling here?
I don't know.
When there's 15 people in this house, and she feels as though she needs to tell you.
Well, clearly, she left a message on my phone.
Well, I guess maybe because she knows that even though it's 15 people here, ain't nobody going to do that unless someone tells y'all to do it.
I don't do it. I just say make sure that fucking heat is on and don't have the heat off. There's no reason. Like I've been like, who the fuck turned the heat off? There's no reason for the heat to be off. But anyway, we got a lot of shit to talk about. And I first want to start with saying shout out to all the sponsors to the Scorpion Show. Shout out to y'all who came to the live stream on Wednesday because we had some great conversations and we had some great phone calls. And one of those phone calls, I really hope that she has that nice stern conversation we were talking about. And if you missed that live video, all you have to do is go to the community section on our channel and you can watch the link to the video. Also, for our sponsors, we are going to be doing a sponsor talk back. So this way, if you don't like what Mikkel and I said, or if you agree with what we said, or shit, if you just want to be on camera,
or if the comment section isn't enough.
Yes, you know, you just
because it doesn't seem to be enough for people.
Yes, you just make your little video and talk back to us, and I'll put the video on in the beginning of our video. So this is your way of talking back to a video that you seen recently. So starting with this video, don't go all the way back to like another time, but starting with this video because we got a lot to say. So so shout out to the sponsors again. If you would like to become a sponsor, it's $4.99 a month, and all you have to do is click the join button. So sign up today. So a lot of y'all know I've been watching Game of Thrones and stuff. I don't think this is the video for that because there's so much going on right now. But let me tell y'all something. I am at the beginning of season 5. I'm on episode 2. And I am in love with this show. I don't know what took me so long. But I am
being stubborn.
Yeah, I am here for it.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God, you're so fucking nasty. That's not cute. You know that. Give me that spray.
What spray?
Right there at the door.
Oh.
That's not cute. On Martin Luther King's Day. You need a laxative. So I'm glad I can't smell it. So
It's not smellable. It's just gas.
no, gas is smellable.
No, it's not.
So I'm just really in love with the series, and I'll probably do a video just giving my thoughts at another time. But I am in love with this show. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and on Martin Luther King's Day, our president visited the statue for 90 seconds and then went back to the White House. Barack Obama tweeted a nice tweet, and Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Because she taught us how to say it on the video.
Yes.
Kamala.
She was on ABC this morning on Good Morning America, and she announced that she's running for president. And it's not like it's a big shocking surprise.
Because it's not.
It's not. And, you know, I'm here for it. I'm here what she wants to do. I want to hear all the politicians. I just want everybody to put it out on the line right now that I'm running for president. And, you know, put your thoughts out there, start getting them town halls together. Wait a minute, Kamala Harris has the town hall with CNN next Monday at 10 o'clock already. So she's not playing.
No, she's not.
And you got some people for it, and you got some people against it. You know, some people are saying that her time as an Attorney General of California, it wasn't the best time being a top cop. So, you know, you got some people tweeting negative stuff, some people tweeting positive stuff. But I think overall, we need to look at everything. You know, and not just say, I'm not voting for this, because it's reminding me of Hillary Clinton all over again. There is no such thing as a perfect candidate. No candidate is perfect.
Right. You're going to find, first of all, with every candidate, you're going to find people digging up stuff.
Yeah.
When Joe Biden, if he does decide to run, you're going to find people digging up stuff about him. It's like you said, there's no perfect candidate. My thing is, you find the best candidate.
Yes.
That represents you and what you stand for and your values. That's what you look for. My thing is, right now, anybody's values is better than Trump's. Donald fucking Duck's values are better than Trump's. Okay?
Yes.
I don't, you know, now, I've been rooting for her for like a year or two now. Do I think she will make it into the general election? I don't think she will if other big contenders like Joe Biden makes it into the race. But I do think that it would be... Now, again, I heard Joe Biden a few months ago when he was on The View, and they were asking him about the 2020 race, and they were asking him who he thought would be good candidates for the Democratic Party. And Kamala Harris was one of the people that he named. And that started to have me think that if he was to run, he might possibly choose her as his running mate. And I think that would be a really good ticket. I think that would be a really good ticket. You have the black vote.
Yeah.
You have the women vote. You have the black women vote. And we all know black women come out in droves when it comes to election. So I think that would be a good ticket. I know some people are saying that they would rather see Biden and, what's his name from Texas? Beto O'Rourke. But I think that her and Biden would be a good ticket. Him for president and her for vice president. I think that would be a really good ticket.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be a battle.
That looks like a wonderful ticket too.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle for the throne of 2020. Yeah. And we're just getting started. You had Julian Castro announce his run. You have it's a lady from New York who's doing
Christian Gillibrand.
Yeah, Gillibrand, who's doing the what you call that shit?
Exploratory.
Yeah, exploratory campaign, and also
the Indian.
According to Trump. And she's, you know what? I'm more Native American.
According to her,
than Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, we got 3 women so far.
She's like 0001. I am 2.4% Native American. Now that don't mean I'm an Indian.
Right.
I could be South American.
Right.
But I'm more Native than she is.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
And
she was talking.
You know, but she needs to have a seat.
She's hokey anyway. Yeah. She's not going. Yeah, she's real hokey to me.
I want to sit down.
Yeah. All the way down.
All the way down. Because you know you have no chance of winning.
But I think it's interesting that you have 3 women so far, and then you have Julian Castro, who's the only man thus far on the Democratic side that has announced.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there are going to be more people to come
out.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. There are going to be a lot of shit show. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show, but it's going to be a well watched. Because I'm going to watch every shit that this show dumps out on TV.
And the only thing I don't want y'all to do as Democrats, I don't want y'all slinging mud at each other.
Well,
and
see,
I know,
but see, that's what campaigns are about.
I know, but I don't want them.
It's like the Hunger Games. May the best man win.
Yes.
And so there's going to be stuff, but I feel like it should. I feel like I agree, but I think that the majority of the shit they should come together and throw it at Trump.
Yes.
You know, but they got to throw a little shit at each other because listen, at the end of the day, I want to be president.
The best. Yeah.
Right. I want to be president, and this is why I need to be president. But I think that once Joe Biden comes into the race, I think a lot of them will realize, well, here you have this older statesman, and you have a well-liked older statesman. You know, he still has a lot of the Obama supporters, so he has a good chance. But right now, the 4 people that have announced so far, my vote is for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
That's who I'm voting for.
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
If I had to vote today on the 4 people on the Democratic side, it would be Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
First and foremost, she's black.
Yeah.
Secondly, she's a black woman.
And people are.
Thirdly, she's a black, beautiful woman.
And she got sense.
And fourthly, she got a mouth.
Yes.
Like
I
big.
really love her on that Senate committee.
Yes.
And that's why I'm like, well, I hope she'll become president because of that. But, because I don't think nobody in there gets them together like she does. And they dread waiting for her.
You know, she has an interesting background too. Her mother is Indian.
Yep.
Her father was Jamaican. Her husband is white.
Yeah.
She's just a whole melting pot over in that house. But I'm here for it, okay?
Yes. So let's move on.
I don't think I want to go there for Thanksgiving now.
So it's going to be a lot more. Oh, my.
Unless she's cooking.
That's going to. Oh, she ain't got time to cook.
Somebody got to be cooking. Somebody that looks like her better be cooking. I mean.
So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta was last night. Oh my God, don't do that. You trying it. I'm glad you didn't say it on camera. So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta was last night. And the girls are in Tokyo. All I'm going to say is I need them to bring the drama. It's not enough. I'm glad that not Tammy, what's that girl? I'm glad that she's Tanya. I'm glad she's speaking up for herself against Nene. Nene got this, oh, I don't care, so you're leaving. You're mad because she put you in your place. And she's not one of the people where she's not Cynthia and she's not those other girls. She's going to let you know. She let you slide the first time in Destin, but this time she's not letting it slide no more. And I like that. I feel bad for Eva. I hope her grandfather didn't pass away. But, you know, this is a long time ago, so I'm not sure.
Dennis thinks that I'm fat. This is the same Dennis.
So, you know, the girls, what made me upset is that the girls, they wasn't on time, and that lady asked them to be on time. You having fun. You know, the lady asked them to be on time, be on point. Maybe you should turn that off. Because you're distracting me.
Dennis, we can't do this because Kevin, look what he posted.
Yeah, I don't want to be distracted. Maybe you should turn that off.
Dennis! Alright, come on. Let's go. Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Open that window.
No, I'm not opening it because you asked me to close it because you're cold. Now you want.
Well, I'm not cold anymore. Feel me.
Well, look, I'm not opening that window.
I'm cold.
I'm not opening it. So, yeah, the lady asked the girls to be on time. Of course, they were late, and I would have left. And you know, Eva couldn't leave them. But the lady, she was really upset.
Who, Tanya?
No, the lady, whoever this Japanese woman was. She said, "Our time is very valuable. Do not waste our time." And she let them know. And then when they got in the car, she let them know how disrespectful they were to her time. And you know, they should have left them, but Eva didn't want them to leave. And Marlo, her clothes didn't make it to the trip. All their clothes made it, except for Marlo.
Did she go on the same flight as them?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And all her stuff was in Atlanta. Yeah. So, you know, Marlo's upset. And I guess she's telling me, I'm going to use one of y'all cards. No, bitch, use your card. You're Marlo Hampton. You know?
Or use that man's card
Yeah.
that helped you pay.
All that style you got, you can't go around Japan and hook yourself up.
No, it's not the style, it's the money.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she got a rich man somewhere that could buy her some
I
money.
wonder what is it that she's doing that she's able to get.
Listen, I don't know, but whatever she's doing, I need to be doing. Because she's always in Gucci and gold. And what that man tell her in that movie, and Gucci and gold. Where is that loving basketball? She stayed labeled up.
Yeah.
They all were labeled up.
Yeah.
All were labeled up. And Portia
They have a nice little cute townhouse too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So she's doing.
I need to learn really well.
I need to learn really fast. Okay?
You're used to it.
No, let me tell you something. I'm not doing something right because the heat is going in and out of my car.
You with the wrong pants. You know
What? Let me tell you something.
You messing with the
I ain't messing with a mega church one.
you actually messing with the wrong. This one.
I'm messing with a storefront pastor, huh? I need a mega church pastor.
A mega church. I'm talking T.D. Jakes scandal.
Joe Holstein.
Yes.
Okay. You don't want me to be that.
To let it out. Oh, how much you're gonna give me? Oh, okay.
Okay. You think Marlo Hampton? I have every beanie and every fucking color.
I thought that scandal with that man and that other person was crazy.
Marlo Hampton.
Bitch. Yes. So yeah, this Housewives. I'm waiting for some more drama next week. The Fyre Festival. Everyone has been talking about the Fyre Festival, and Hulu is so crafty because there were 2 documentaries, and Hulu put theirs out before Netflix. So everyone was watching the Hulu documentary. I watched both of them last night. I think that the Hulu documentary was better, but Netflix had more shocking stories. Like we found out about Mary Ann Roll, who her resort on the Bahamas called Exuma, she ran out of money because she had to pay everybody. They never offered her no money. They basically came, fucked shit up, and left. Nobody got nothing.
And nobody still hasn't been paid.
Yeah, nobody hasn't got paid, but they 2 people sued and won $5 million, but they're not going to get that money.
No.
It was someone putting a show together with. He had a lot of ambition, but had no way of getting it done, and didn't care that it wasn't getting done. And as long as he could get money out of a lot of people, that's what he was going to do. And he did that, and he schemed and scammed, and that's how a lot of people are. But
A lot of them, especially.
Yeah, fake it till you make it. And I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and they ain't doing shit. You know, and all those cards blew up in his face. But what makes me upset is that you had all of those people working with you, and only one person thought to go out on Twitter and do something. What that person should have done is went to the news outlets. Don't go on Twitter. And first of all, even in 2016.
Well, he did.
It took him a while.
Well,
but
remember on the Hulu one, he said that he went to one newspaper and they posted the stuff. Well, that's news. People read the newspaper, Kevin. He went.
Go ahead.
Well, remember too, this was geared to rich white people, and rich people do read the newspaper.
Well, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying me, but I'm not.
Well, I mean, and people
Keep
read,
going.
read the newspaper. So, I mean, hello. But anyway, he went to them, they posted the story, but then another article picked up on the story that they posted and still ran a positive thing on it. So it was like, wait, you mean to tell me y'all still are feeding into this BS? So it's not like he didn't do his part. He did his part. It's just that people weren't believing him, which is unfortunate.
Now see, what a lot of people do, they also write op-eds and stuff. Or he could have went to like CNN or a bit, or even MTV,
but remember,
or TMZ.
He did it out of
because he
was anonymous.
Yeah. Even if he anonymous, TMZ love anonymous stuff. All of those tabloid things, they love stuff like that. Especially when you're talking about celebrities like Bella Hadid and all those other white models and stuff. Kendall Jenner. Come on, was it Kendall or Kylie? I don't know. But I think they could have done a better job at that. But then y'all all were complicit because y'all all just kept working as long as y'all was getting the check from this. Some of y'all still didn't get no money. But as long as y'all was doing this, like y'all were happy with scheming so many people and all of that money. Just, I mean, getting people to put money on cards, on wristbands.
That wristband thing was something.
Never heard nothing
That
like
was something.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not really a bad idea. But it's not. But it was like $300 a day.
Yeah, but you're on that island and it's the internet connectivity out there. I bought internet and the shit don't work like that. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Try buying it on the cruise.
Tell me that
in the middle of the fucking ocean.
It barely works. Barely.
It does what Mariah Carey does nowadays at her concert. The bare fucking minimum.
Okay. And it does what it want to do.
And they still get their money.
Yes, they do. And it's a lot of money. I wasted like a lot of money on the internet.
I paid $100 for a week on that cruise for Wi-Fi, and it did not work. It barely worked.
Yeah. So it's bad out there. But for those who live on the island, maybe their internet is not bad. But us as guests trying to use it, it does not work.
No, it doesn't. It's not good
So,
at all.
yeah, but the Netflix story about how one of the executives, he was telling a story about how he was going to suck somebody's dick to get water for the people on
Wait.
Yes! He said
What executive said that?
He said, Bill, I don't know what he said. Because he was gay. You know, Billy said, I need you to do me a favor. Because this man was like, I'm not doing nothing for y'all until y'all pay me. So he's like, well, I need you to go over there and
Suck somebody's
dick.
Suck somebody's dick for water.
Yeah, to get water for the people for the festival.
Did the guy do it?
He said he was going to, but then they came to an understanding, and then he got the water for the people. Now, he didn't admit to doing it, but he probably did. I don't know. But if you want to go that far, you at least got to say you did it. You know, because, I mean, he put the whole story out there. It was shocking stories like that on Netflix. But I feel like Hulu really worked to tell the story.
The story
and
of how
they had Billy McFarland there.
And they had him, right.
And they clocked him on every time they lied.
But let's talk about how Ja Rule dismissed himself from everything.
He was a part. Yeah. Oh, and that's one thing that Netflix did. They had Ja Rule's voice on there talking about how they're going to spend this. So watch both documentaries. I like Hulu better though.
But you know what? But even in the Hulu documentary, Ja Rule was so excited about everything.
Yes.
They were going on talk shows.
He was just happy to be there because he ain't doing nothing else. We're not buying this.
And he's getting money.
Yeah. He's scheming.
Yeah.
All of them.
And he knew it. Why do you think it's so big now for millennials to scheme the way they're scheming?
I don't know, but
like, why is that such a big thing now? And people do it, and I remember some years ago when people were doing it, and it was like a secret. Like certain boosters didn't want everybody to know that they boost. You know, it was a secret. Now it's like everybody knows you boost. Everybody knows you credit card schemes, and like, why is that so popular now?
I don't know why it's popular because I would be ashamed. But then again, even though they did their thing, like even like with us doing like the YouTube thing. Sometimes we don't put everything out there. And some people try to make their lives look a certain way, and it's really, really not. So everybody has their little, I guess, their mask on. And it was just crazy to see all this, but I mean, they were doing it the way that was just like,
first of all, the way he was doing all this, I would have gotten a headache. He was getting money from this person to pay this person, but was never paying. I was like, wait, what?
Robbing Peter to keep the money with Peter, you know, to
pay Paul.
Yeah, robbing Peter to pay Paul, but it's not. He's not paying.
He's not paying Paul.
He's keeping it.
Right.
All is taking it.
Well, he's robbing Peter to keep it for himself.
Yeah. You know. So I mean, it was just first. It's just a hot ass mess, and then. They were telling all the influencers that they were getting their own little rooms. And
when they arrived, and it was those tents.
Let me tell you something. The only thing I could think of was, remember that time with Dominican Republic?
Yes.
All those people went to that island.
Yes.
That's the only thing
that was the original Fyre Festival. Because that happened something. Remember that? Who was in charge of that?
Dwight. Not Dwight. Oh, Dwight. I'm sorry. That was not Dwight Powell.
No.
That was...
Come here.
Oh my God.
Because remember he was making video. Didn't he have something to do with that?
No, I know who you're talking about. It wasn't him. I can't remember his name. He really disappeared.
Yo, hello. Oh
my God.
I disappeared too.
What? It was a W.
Will Park? No, not Will Parker.
Willie something. Will. His name was Will. I can't remember his name. But I know that when I got there, I never had no problems. I had my own Will. He just said, "Kevin, just fly on down. I got you." Can you imagine if I would have flown down there?
Yeah.
And didn't have a room.
Oh, he got a room and he got your room.
Oh yeah. He took.
Well, remember a few of the influencers on this Fyre Festival, they actually had their villas.
Yeah.
But
they didn't even have nothing. It was just bad. And
he said he had ordered. How about when he told those people the box of keys, somebody stole the box of keys?
He was lying. Of course, there ain't no fucking box of keys.
And somebody stole all those keys?
Really?
And then what with them?
Tell me about it. Come on. I don't know. Bitch.
When he said that, I said, wait a minute. I stopped it and rewinded so I could hear him say that again. I said, wait a minute. What the fuck are you gonna do with a box of keys? That's just like some years ago when, maybe 20 years ago, when they were delivering the Oscars to the ceremony.
Yes.
And somebody robbed the truck. And I guess they didn't realize, maybe they didn't realize it was the Oscars and the thing, whatever, and took and dumped all the Oscars in a dumpster. And some man found them and returned them, and they invited him to the award show that year because he had found them in the dumpster. But it was like, well, what are you gonna do with these fucking Oscars anyway? Well, you can't sell them no fucking weird. People looking for them.
Yeah, they're not. Listen.
Like, what are you gonna do with them?
It's crazy out here. But yeah, them people. They had their videos. Oh my god! People
First
like
of all, they
rich
didn't get to enjoy nothing.
No,
they just
I
got
remember
there and just. But I had never heard of this before.
Yeah,
I never heard of that.
You don't be on Twitter.
Yeah, like I'll be like, yeah. I had never heard. I'm like, what the hell?
And I think that when they were telling the story about the orange sign, my nose is something in my nose. I'm sorry, y'all. When they were telling that story about the orange thing, I think that I did see that at one time, but I was never like, oh, I need to go, you know. But Ja Rule, you play a big part in it too, but your celebrity ain't big enough.
No.
You know, but you played a part.
Yeah, but you played a part.
You played a part, and then you trying to act like, oh, you could do another festival. Like,
I wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't either.
First of all, I don't want to hear you.
And first of all, who the fuck wants to see Blink 182?
Them white
They haven't been hot since when?
Them white people, Kevin. They wanted to see them.
They spent all that money.
They wanted to see them. But you know, that's how festival, but you know, I will give it to them. And the crazy thing about it is, Kevin, the crazy thing about it is, as I was watching this, I kept saying to myself, if he wasn't so self-absorbed, this Billy McFarland guy, if he wasn't so self-absorbed and if he wasn't such a schemer, this could have been such a success for him. He could have made millions and millions of dollars off of this. Because look at how this festival came out of nowhere. And these people paid all this money to go down there to enjoy themselves, and it never happened. Can you imagine if this actually was a success? This could have been a new festival.
Yep, it would have.
And this, because it was so many
people.
They
had a 5-year contract with the island of the Bahamas to do it.
It's so crazy. It's crazy because he actually had a good thing going. And this festival being successful could have helped pay for all the different things that he wanted to do in the future. It's crazy how scheming and money hungry and self-absorbedness led him to do something like this, and now he's in jail.
Yeah, but then again, after he got out, after this whole thing, and they got him out on bail, he was still coming up with ways to scheme people, like selling tickets to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And Beyonce tickets. Yeah, and you can't even buy tickets to go to the Met Gala.
You barely can buy them to go see Beyonce.
Right?
Tell me about it.
Bitch, you better have a Beyonce fund, because the way she just dropped tickets out of nowhere, you might see a Super Bowl commercial with her this year. And I don't even know nothing about it, but we will know this year. But I doubt it, because Beyonce didn't perform at the Super Bowl. And then they did a press release, and they talking about all the names of people that performed there, and they didn't even include Beyonce's name until somebody tweeted, like, what the fuck? And then they added Beyonce's name to it. So it's the reason why they didn't put her name out on there. So she's not doing anything with the NFL at this time.
No.
But
they probably didn't put her name because her husband didn't want nothing to do with them. Because I think they were supposed to ask her husband to perform, and he declined.
Yeah, and rapped about it. And now, two of Beyonce's artists, Chloe and Halle, or they're part of Parkwood Entertainment, I believe. Is it Parkwood Entertainment or Parkwood Entertainment?
Listen, they're part
of Parkwood. Yeah, they will be performing America the Beautiful at this year's Super Bowl. And not only that, Gladys Knight also will be performing. And here's a little tidbit. If you watch the show The Masked Singer, Gladys Knight is the B. That's, yeah, it's not Tina Turner. Tina Turner's not doing a reality show. So anyway, Gladys Knight, you know, I was happy for her. She's never sang at the Super Bowl. She adds her name with all the list of legends who have sung at the Super Bowl. And I know a lot of people probably going to, you know, give her flack, but I don't care. I don't care. She's been, like she said, she's been in the fight longer than a lot of us. And she wants to be about unity. And if we, you know, I don't want to say too much, but I think that a legend like her should sing there. And I don't need nobody coming for Chloe and Halle, neither. You know, I just don't believe in that. Let them sing. Let them do their job. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. I'm only going to watch for that part. I don't care about Maroon 5 being in the halftime show. I don't know who Travis Scott is. I don't know his music, so that's not exciting. I do know Big Boi, but that's still not a lineup that makes me want to watch the Super Bowl halftime show. What I do think is that the NFL needs to get it together.
Travis Scott is a big rap artist who has a baby by one of the Kardashians.
Yeah, but and I still don't even.
Don't feel bad because I don't know his music either, but I know who he is.
You know,
I don't listen to these rappers anyway.
You know, as long as they black, you can have a Kardashian woman, except for Courtney.
So yeah, well.
Yeah, but you know, I just feel like the NFL needs to do better now. I know that a lot of them are saying that they had the NFL donate to different charities.
But do you blame
like
them for wanting Black Day?
Huh?
Do you blame them for wanting Black Day?
You know, I could go on a whole topic about them.
No, I'm saying, do you blame them for wanting Black Dick?
I don't blame them, but I think it's just a strategic situation. You know.
Well, I mean, besides that part, do you blame them for wanting it?
I'm not going to go there. I feel like the NFL needs to speak up about what's going on. I think Colin Kaepernick needs to have a job. But what I don't like is that so many people are acting like you got to ask Colin Kaepernick permission to perform anywhere or do anything. And nobody has to ask him anything. Nobody. I don't care if you black, white. You don't have to ask Colin Kaepernick
Well, see,
for anything.
the problem that a lot of black people are having, especially a lot of black millennials, even though a lot of people are still going to watch the Super Bowl,
and you know what? They're still watching.
Yeah,
they still watching football.
Right. Which I feel as though these. Oh, I'm so mad.
It's bandwagon.
It's just that's what it is, because they're still watching it, and the same people who complain I see on my timeline watching these games. I don't watch it at all. So
because you're not a sports guy.
Yeah, I don't watch it, so I don't care. But the thing is, people are like, Colin Kaepernick was a voice.
He is.
And he was a major voice, a major influencer. He influenced a lot of people to say, hey, wait a minute, like, this is not right. Like, it's time for me to stand up, too. I got to stand up with him. Mm-hmm. He created a movement in the NFL where players are like, listen, I choose if I'm going to stand up for the national anthem now. Mm-hmm. Before, I was standing up, but now I don't have to stand up. Now I'm not going to stand up. You know, he started that movement in the NFL. And a lot of people feel like a lot of black entertainers are still, you know, catering to the NFL when they ask them to perform. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How can you agree to perform when you got this man who doesn't have a job? He's still fighting for equality all around. And it's basically like, well, it's all right. You keep on fighting. They want to pay me, so I'm just going to go for this check. And a lot of people are like, no, you know, why are you doing that? The situation with Gladys Knight, that's a tricky situation. You have Gladys Knight, who is a legend. You have someone who has been in the forefront. She has been there. She's been there before any of us were born, so she knows.
Can you imagine? She knows what it's like to go into the enter from the back.
Yeah, she knows what it's like
from the front.
But it's unfortunate because I think a lot of people probably would have said, can you imagine the impact that would have made if Gladys Knight would have said, no, I'm not going to do it, and this is why I'm not going to do it. That impact would have been powerful, because then people would have said, here you got somebody who knows what it's like to be sent to the back door, and they're standing right alongside somebody like Kaepernick and saying, I'm standing with him, but instead she's agreeing to basically say, I'm going to perform.
And I'm going to use my voice as a vehicle for unity. And
yeah, but it's a sticky situation. You're going to use your voice as a vehicle for unity, but how are you going to do that singing the national anthem that is geared towards negativity towards black people in the song itself?
Well, maybe, I don't know exactly how, but maybe this, if her being paid for this, maybe she might be also have the NFL donate to another charity. And I think one of them, I think it's her, that's what she's doing.
But do people care about that charity stuff?
But you know what though?
People are looking at the visual, and the
yeah.
visual is Gladys Knight, a black woman who walked alongside civil rights leaders, who sang at these events, is now performing at an event that is basically shunning this black man for standing up for what's right, and standing up for the injustices in this country. And she's basically saying, I'm going to perform, and not only perform at the Super Bowl, but I'm going to perform a song that for years has been a weight for black people, because the national anthem is a long song. And in the second verse of the song, it talks about slavery, and it talks about keeping people enslaved. So it's like, how can you be standing up?
But you know what, though?
You're singing,
but everybody else done sang it.
Yeah, everybody but Kevin.
Listen,
it wasn't everybody else did. Everybody else. Yeah, but see, it was not a movement when that was going on. Now let's not act like when Beyonce and Whitney sang it, we were fighting for something. People weren't fighting for it. The NFL was not boycotting
and guess what?
Players
people,
because of the fact that
people ain't boycotting. Honestly, people ain't
talking about boycotting. We're talking about
but we're still talking about the NFL as a whole and everything that's going on in this movement. What Colin Kaepernick is fighting for is the injustice in America and how the police officers are treating African Americans. Yes, we all know what's going on with that. With the NFL, they also have their own. He's suing the NFL, and they have their own thing going on with that. Well, I feel you still got black people singing the national anthem at regular football.
Yeah, you do.
And they go out there and they get their money and they go ahead about their business. My thing is this: I don't think nobody should have to go through Colin Kaepernick if they want to perform. If they want to perform, let them perform. Some of them, I'm sure they're performing to get a check. Some of them feel like they can use their voice to unify our country. Yes, some people do that. And you know what? The same people that bash the fuck out of Chrisette Michele are the same people that's still going to go buy those Yeezys that Kanye West put out every couple months. This the same Kanye that went into the White House and talked all of that shit, and they're still out there supporting Kanye.
I don't think the people who bash Chrisette Michele,
and she's still, it don't matter. You know what? Chrisette Michele, her whole career is fucked up, but you got everybody still supporting Kanye West. And if we're going to stick
Kanye West has been canceled with me
if
long before the Make America Great Again happened.
If we are going to stick,
I think you know that.
I don't buy Kanye.
Yeah, I don't buy him. I haven't supported Kanye in years.
But let me tell you something. It's people that I know, and even family members. You mad at Kanye for what he did, but you got Yeezys on.
But see, those are the people who are fake mad. I'm talking about the people who are real mad. No, and I agree with you. No, you don't have to go through Colin Kaepernick to get a paycheck from the NFL. But the thing is, this movement with Colin Kaepernick was something that it wasn't just a little movement. This was a big wide movement. And then it got a lot of people talking.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's why I said it's a sticky situation with Gladys Knight, because it's like, listen, Miss Knight, you a legend, and do what the fuck you want to do.
We forget about movements and boycotts and protests because it's only hot when people are talking about it. And when there's nobody talking about it, you forget about it.
My thing with Gladys Knight is, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
However, don't be surprised when you get a backlash from people, because the backlash is going to come. Anymore. No, I'm sure she don't care because she's still performing.
Yeah,
I'm sure she don't. Because if she cared, she would have did what Jennifer Holiday did when they gave her that backlash for performing at Trump, and she said no. So Gladys Knight clearly does not care.
Jennifer Holiday thought the same thing. Like, I could be a movement,
but people said no. So Gladys Knight clearly does not care, but. But I'm still saying that a lot of people are like, listen, like, this man is unemployed because he's standing up for what's right. You are someone who who walked and sung alongside civil rights leaders for what was right back in the day. So how can you then turn around and cater to the white man? Because that's basically what it is. Catering to the white man when you yourself walked alongside civil rights leaders in the 60s and 70s. You sung at their events. You know what it's like to be ostracized. But yet you are now catering to this white man when this black man who is fighting for justice in this country, he's not only fighting it, but it seems like he's fighting it alone, and he's jobless. And then you gonna look at him and say, well, I'm sorry, baby, but they got a check for me, I'm gonna sing, and I'm gonna sing the national anthem. I mean, that's what people are upset about. Like, how can you, somebody who knows what it's like to be ostracized?
But somebody has to take a step up to say, you know what, there really has to be.
You think Diane LaBelle would have took this gig?
I don't know. No. But I think that this is there is a big problem, and acting like it doesn't exist, or just saying, oh no, I'm not going to do it. Somebody has to be a unifier, and I don't think that unifier is Gladys Knight.
No, she's not.
She's not the unifier. No. And even
no Gladys Knight song.
And even if Colin Kaepernick gets back on another team, there has to be an overall understanding that this is not like, I'm trying to find the right words, and it just slipped past my mind, but there has to be a better way that we can go about unifying this, so that this never happens again. Because paying somebody just because, okay, you're going to be found guilty, and I know the NFL will be found guilty, but how do we make sure, because they ostracizing him from the other 32 teams, right. and then you like all the football players, I mean the football owners, it's a lot of them who are part of making sure that Kaepernick doesn't get a job, right. But they could have been told by the NFL, do not hire him. And then you still got you even got the infighting with Eric Reed and Malcolm Jenkins. You know why?
I'm sorry. Like, it's so much. These old white owners don't want to hire him too, because they don't want that. They don't want that on their team. They don't want that on their team. But see, I feel like then that means that you really don't agree with nothing he's saying. Because if you did, you say, you know what, come on this thing. You know, come on and voice your. But it's like it's still an issue because you got these black players who choose not to stand or choose not to put their hand over their hearts. These old white guys are still having an issue with that, and a lot of them are in Donald Trump's pocket, and Donald Trump is letting them know, listen, this, that, and the third, and they're following Donald Trump's lead, and it's unfortunate. But again, Gladys Knight, you go ahead and you do your thing. But like I said, we cannot be surprised when she gets backlash.
If she's going to get a backlash, then Chloe and Halle also going to get a backlash. Oh, God, they read them for Phil in the shade room, and I felt so bad. I wanted to hit up Yvette and say, like, how did they...
They read them for Phil in the shade room.
But you know what, though? First of all, the people that's coming for them, y'all don't even buy their albums. And this is what I'm talking about.
But see, this is
everybody got something to say.
But this is not about buying albums. This has nothing to do with buying albums. It's about what's right and what's wrong. It has nothing to do with buying albums. Nothing at all. For instance, I don't want the Super Bowl to even invite Beyonce back, and Beyonce, you better not perform. Because it's not what's right. It has nothing to do with about buying albums, because hell, ain't nobody buying no... They're not buying Halle and Chloe albums. No, they're not. But it's about y'all being two black women in this industry, and y'all should know better, and the people around y'all should know better. They shouldn't put y'all in these positions to even have to stand up to something like this. It should have been an automatic, no, we decline this offer. It should have been there. But this is the name of the game now. And so now this is what's going to happen to every black entertainer going forward that says yes to the Super Bowl. They're going to get this type of backlash until Colin Kaepernick gets a job and until shit starts changing in his company. But until then, this is what's going to happen.
And until he gets a job, it's nothing that is going to change.
Right. There's nothing that's going to change. But I'm going to let you know right now, there are going to be a lot of black artists in the future who are going to be thinking long and hard before they say yes to the Super Bowl. Long and hard.
Yep.
See, somebody like Jay-Z, I don't need your check. So no, I'm not coming. You see what I'm saying? Somebody like Beyonce, I don't need your check no more. I done already performed at the Super Bowl several times. I don't need to be back there performing. You know, somebody like Kanye West will probably perform in a minute. So I'm not even going to add him to it. But somebody else, you know, they don't need that.
I think what the NFL needs to do is to admit they're wrong.
They're not going to do it because there's too many old white men in the NFL running the NFL to say that we're wrong. They're not going to admit that. They're not going to admit that. We, the old white men, are going to admit that we're wrong against this young black man? Hell no.
But they need to.
They're not going to.
They need to.
And
there do need to be a bridge. Someone has to be the bridge. Someone. But we're not going to get anywhere if everybody say, oh, you know what? You know, just no. Because you still got black players in the NFL. Clearly, they're all doing it because they want to work and they want to check and they want to provide for their families. And maybe, who knows, maybe Gladys Knight needs a check. Maybe Chloe X Halle, they're not doing it for the check, but they're doing it for the exposure. Right. And you're talking about 100 million people. If you, first of all, they've been at WrestleMania. They've been singing a lot of places, getting their names out there. And maybe that is why they're doing it. But we're talking about 100 million people that watch the Super Bowl. And I think maybe that's why it was done, for more people to know who they are. Some people might not like it, but you know, you have a choice whether you want to watch. And I just find it funny that so many black people say, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that in the NFL, and you be up there tweeting about what's going on. You watch the Super Bowl, you watch the playoffs, you watch the regular games, you rooting for your team. But then when it comes to someone performing, you throw up your arms and, oh, they're a turncoat and this and that. Do you say that to the other black NFL players that play in the NFL? Are you that upset with them too? Because clearly they're complicit too. If they're playing for these white owners and they can't get on their knee, so you should be mad at everybody who's black in the NFL. So it's a long. It's long. This story is never going to be over. There's racists in every company, everywhere. You know, I just don't know how this is going to end, but there has to be a bridge to somewhere. It has to. And I think we should end this as part one. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go talk about the other stuff. So, this video will be up tonight, and then the part two will be up tomorrow. We got to talk about P&B Rock, what happened in Washington, D.C. with the teens and the Native American, Cardi B, Future and Sierra, R. Kelly, Abducted, Respectful Cheater, Iman, and Tiana Taylor. Oh, we got a lot. So, thank y'all for watching part one. And part two will be up. Ooh, you are so nasty. Part two will be up tomorrow.
Where's your charger?
My charger is broken, and you don't want to put that in your phone.
My charger's in my car.